Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk with Brittany Freeman. Today we are at the American Heart Association's Heart Walk in Manchester. I was asked to be a guest speaker today, which was such a big honor because I am a congenital heart defect survivor. So when they asked me to come speak, I was beyond words. And it has been so amazing. We got here, there were so many people. They just started walking, which is why I got a couple minutes to say hi. And there were over 1,000 people here. There were children, there were people of all ages, there were even four-legged friends. So when it comes to the Heart Walk, anyone can come. And it was so important to me because you can never talk enough about how important it is to have awareness when it comes to heart defects and diseases, because there are heart attacks and strokes, which just by eating healthy, exercise, those are small steps that you can take. And when it comes to heart defects, which are something that you are born with, it's so important to make sure that you get checked. You can find them at any age. So my big thing is just to have awareness and know what's going on. And now you're going to get to see the speech that I gave. Enjoy.
Brittany Freeman.
Good morning and welcome everyone. Thank you so much for coming out today. We couldn't have asked for better weather, so it's definitely a great day to walk. My name is Brittany Freeman, and they asked me to come out today because I'm actually a survivor of a congenital heart defect. A lot of times when you think of the American Heart Association, you think of heart attacks and strokes, which are very important. Something that people don't always think about is the congenital side, the defect side, which is something that you're born with. It's not something that's affected by diet or exercise. You get it from birth. When I was born, they thought that they heard a murmur in my heart, and then they thought it was spontaneous closure, and they said I was fine. I went for a routine doctor's visit when I was 6 years old, and my mom was shocked to hear the doctor say, I think she has a murmur. We went down to Children's in Boston. They didn't have anything to help me at the time except for open heart surgery. We didn't really want to do open heart surgery because there is a lot of risk with something like that. So we waited a couple of years. Because of donations that are made to the American Heart Association, they were able to do research and create a device. So when I was 8 years old, we had a doctor approach us and say, hey, you want to be a guinea pig? And my mom thought, all right, let's see what this entails. But I was the guinea pig for this device, and it was called an implantar septal occluder, and it was a national symposium for over 200 doctors via satellite. And now it was approved by the FDA, and now on a daily basis, people get this device put in their heart when they have a hole in their heart at any age. So it is something that's very important. And 1 in 100 children are born with a hole in their heart, so with just different defects. So it is something that's very important. Because of that, I've been able to go on to be a cheerleader for the NFL, the NHL, a professional figure skater, a dancer, and I'm a mother of a 2.5-year-old little girl. All things I wouldn't have been able to do unless there was the research from the American Heart Association to save my life. So as a survivor, I would like to thank them from the bottom and the whole area of my heart. Thank you very much, and let's have a great walk, everyone. Thank you so much.
I hope you enjoyed my speech. Now I am joined by Miss Merrimack's outstanding team, Emily Curtis. Hey Emily, what's up?
Nothing much, we're just here to support a great cause.
And tell me about what drew you out here today.
Well, as you know, you put together a team for our dance studio, and so I joined the team to come help.
And did you see some other title holders here today too? Did you see some other crowns?
Yes, there were quite a few others with another team, and so we got to talk a little bit, and it was great.
So not only are you supporting a great cause, but you're also getting to see some friends too. So that's the other thing about the Heart Walk. Not only are you supporting a great cause, you also get to have fun and exercise at the same time. And then at the end of the event, actually, everyone gets a free Subway sandwich. So you get to talk, you get to exercise, you get to raise awareness and raise money, and you get some food. So it's pretty good. Well, thank you so much for coming out today, Emily.
No problem, thank you.
Now I'm joined by the Director of Communications at the American Heart Association, Audra Burns. Hey Audra, how are you doing?
Hi Brittany.
And just tell me a little bit about this walk. I know you probably spent all year putting this together. What goes into this?
The Hampshire Heart Walk is a it's a lifestyle choice when it comes to heart disease. So we just want to inspire and encourage others to live active, healthy lives.
And do you have an idea about how much you raised this year?
We are actually really excited to announce that we are over $170,000 to date. So there will still be more that will trickle in as the weeks go on. But we have a very supportive community. In Merrimack alone, we have Fidelity, which is our #1 top fundraising team, and we asked you to come with us for their kickoff event. They had over 80 walkers who showed up today, and so they're tremendous support for us.
And just for people that don't know, they hear you say that $170,000 were raised, which is amazing. What are some of the things that those funds raise?
All of our funds that we raise goes to heart disease research, and we're actually very fortunate because in New Hampshire we have the University of New Hampshire and Dartmouth. And Dartmouth is currently using about $300,000 that we raise in heart disease research. So we're very fortunate that the money that we raise here in New Hampshire actually stays in New Hampshire to fund more research.
That is pretty amazing. Well, thank you so much for taking the time, Audra.
Thank you, Brittany.
After finishing up with the Heart Walk, everyone is coming back at their own pace, which is what's so great about this. It's not a race. Everyone can take their time to really just enjoy walking with friends and family. And right now people are standing in line to get their Subway sandwiches, which are delicious. So I can see quite a few walkers from the 1,000 that we had that are finishing up now.
Just finished the walk. Had a great time, beautiful day representing Team Belinda Bridgman Academy of Dance, and have our free complimentary Subway sandwiches that the sponsors are so nice to give us.
Well, that is the conclusion of this episode of Let's Talk. This was a very special episode to me because it was so close to my heart. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on our next episode.